What's up, guys? It's the One Piece 1021, back with another deck profile. Today we have one I'm actually pretty excited for. It's Charlotte Katakuri. Um, this has been a deck that's been prevalent since it came out. In some regard, it's not quite as much on the upswing as it used to be, but it's still a pretty good deck. So we'll get right into it. So, in case you didn't know, Katakuri, you can put a Don under him, and when attacking, you look at the top life card of either you or your opponent, and then you put it on the top or bottom of the deck. Then the leader, being Katakuri, gets an additional 1,000 power for that battle, so you just swing for 7 for 1 Don attachment, and you get information either for yourself or on your opponent, and you can disrupt them in some ways, which is nice. So very solid and like good disruption tool, I would say. All right, we will start off. We have two different packages in this list. We have a very small Egghead package and then a Big Mom Pirates package, which is a little more extensive. We'll go over the Egghead package first. So, as you saw from the thumbnail, this is almost like a proof of concept. We're trying to, in my opinion, make like one of the most obnoxious decks to play against, because there's a bunch of triggers and several of them are very annoying, and if you play around one you don't play around another, so you're not really sure. So like keeping your opponent on edge is a viable strategy and can cause them to overthink at times. So we have two of the Egghead Frankie. It's primarily just a 2K, however you can play it out with Please Save Me. I think the actual translation on the card is I Rayquaza help, something like that. But you could play it off of this, off of trigger. So it's a target for that, but for the most part it's a 2K, and then it does have a good trigger if it is if you have 1 or less life and you trigger it, you just get to play him out and draw a card. So that's pretty good. Egghead Nami, this is a really good removal piece. You just pitch a card with trigger, KO up to one of your opponent's 5 or less costs, and then if you have 3 or less cards in the hand, you draw a card. So this is one of the best cards in yellow, definitely a staple card going forward. We have S-Snake. So this is one of the reasons I wanted to make this deck in the first place, is because I think this card's good. It's not necessarily amazing, but it's generic, and it's got a good effect on it. But essentially how it reads is up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less. It can't be named Monkey D. Luffy, notably. Cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. So it's a beige that has limitations. Beige can hit anything. S-Snake can only hit 6 or less non-Monkey D. Luffy characters. So there are a lot of relevant cards at 6 or less. So that was the idea behind S-Snake, is you can do some additional stall, or you can just hard cast it and just make it so some threatening card that you're not able to deal with perhaps can't attack, and then you can just go in from there. And then to round out the Egghead package, we have the Please Save Me. We're primarily playing it for the trigger, because if you trigger this out of life on your opponent's turn and you have S-Snake, Nami, or Frankie, you can play any of them from the trash and you get their on-play effects for these two anyway. So that's pretty strong. That can cause some scenarios where your opponent doesn't account for that, and then they try to go for game and it's their last attack and they just lose. So that's like kind of the idea of the deck, is just to cause enough disruption until you're able to windmill slam your Tinlands. That is the idea there. All right, we'll go over the Big Mom Pirate package, starting with Pudding. So it's just a top 4 searcher. You look for a Big Mom Pirate, add it to your hand, and then put the rest of the bottom. It also searches for Sanji, so that is something of note. Parasparrow, on KO, you look at the top 3, get a Big Mom Pirate, add it to your hand, the rest go on the bottom. Pretty self-explanatory. It can play itself out of life, so you can just pitch a card and play it. So very, very solid card there in the early to mid game. Charlotte Limlin. This card's obviously one of the best cards ever printed. Very highly contentious card. A lot of people do not like this card and want it to be banned, and I understand why. But it's definitely our best piece of top end here. We're running 4 Charlotte Katakuris. So with this, you can set up a lot of good advantage states for yourself if it's neutral, or you can just outright remove something that you can't deal with in the moment. So this card is very flexible and it's searchable through Pudding or Parasparrow. So that's why we run that. Is like a consistency piece. And then the last bit, and these are both like, quote unquote honorary Big Mom Pirates, but you always run them in this package for the most part. The 4-cost Sanji blocker that triggers out of life, very good card. Can also save your bacon towards the end. So that's why we run that. And then beige, that's another card that we're playing towards because funny enough, we run 4 Kazuki Hioris. So you can pick up something out of life. Let's say you drew one of these, which was one of the issues with this deck when it first came out, is drawing the beiges. Well, now if you have one in hand, you play a Hiyori. You put the beige on top of your life from your hand, and then you use your Charlotte Katakuri leader effect, and you put it at the bottom of your life, and you just set it and forget it for the most part. Very strong. And then from there, we just have generic support. So we have 4 of Kikunojo. This is a very solid card. If it gets KO'd and your opponent's life is at 3 or less, you just place the top card of your deck on your life. Very sticky and annoying card. A lot of times they will try to ignore it if they can, or they try to play around the 3 life threshold. We have Kazuki Hiyori. Just went into a whole discussion about that and its utility. And that applies to several different cards. You can put Nami into life, you can put Esnik into life, you can put Sanji into life, beige, literally anything that you want, you can put it into life with Hiyori. So you don't necessarily want to play out more than one in a game, but it wouldn't be the end of the world because we have several triggers that'll help us. And then last but not least, you're the one who should disappear. There are a few cards with no counter in the deck, so we obviously want this for that, but also the trigger. Again, this is like casino category, as I like to call it, because if you get any combination of some of these triggers, especially in the mid to end game, sometimes it just sets up impossible states where your opponent just loses. But from there, that is the deck, and we'll go into some example games. First matchup is into Blue Doflamingo. We're going to go second so that we preserve our Big Mom curve. This is a pretty good hand, so we'll keep. Alright, we will just play a Pudding. Unfortunately, we do whiff here. We don't have as many targets as some of the lists used to have, and we don't have the starter deck yet, so that's fine. We'll just arrange it like such. We probably won't end up seeing those cards, and we'll pass. It happens. Alright, let's see. Okay, just trying to blindly use the leader effect. I respect it. Funny enough, we'll keep the 2K. It might have been correct to do the draw, but it's fine. Here I think we want to see what's going on with our life. Yeah, we'll leave that snake on top. Because he may try to like arrange and that sort of thing. Guess I could have put it at the bottom. Oh well, that's fine. Opponent's going deep in the tank here. Okay, trigger. Alright, and we'll play out our Parasparrow and pass. So our Parasparrows and Kikunojas become a little less valuable in this matchup because they're just going to bottom deck them. So yeah, here we do want to preserve our S-Snakes, so we'll just 2K. Edward Weevil, that's okay, interesting choice. Alright, we'll go, I believe the best course will be 6,000. Then we'll go 7, and then we'll cast Kikunojo. Or play. I keep saying cast. That's just lingo from other card games, I suppose. But, you know, essentially the same thing. Opponent's thinking hard here. Perhaps they don't have any 2Ks or only one. They'll be at 7 Dawn next turn, so they could Gravity Blade, but they wouldn't really be utilizing this Weevil. I mean, either way, it won't matter too much, because if I don't connect with a hit this turn, then Kikunojo wouldn't have been online anyway, and that's what we're looking to play. So, alright, we will attack for 7. Looking at their life, we will put that at the bottom. Okay, they did have multiple 2Ks, that's fine. Pass. Alright. Yep. That's fine. And we'll use the S-Snake trigger. We already knew it was there. We'll go 5 to life. It may take, I'm not sure. Okay. Trigger of sorts. Here we're just gonna Katakuri, put that on top, and pass. Just good tempo. That kind of just resets everything, and then they have to deal with Katakuri. I mean, they could have a Red Rock, but we'll find out. Alright, we'll take this one. We'll trigger out the Sanji, pitching with Kikunojo. Yeah, Red Rock, okay. Let's see. So, could have a decent play here. I'll do this. I'm more interested in looking at my life now. That's fine. Okay. I think they just had a slight misplay there. Happens. I'll go 6,000 to life. They'll probably take. And then we're going to use Katakuri to put Sanji on top of my life. Go ahead. Now we'll just pitch the 0 cost event. That would protect it from removal and also being attacked. That might be bait, so I'm just going to counter out for now. You could have another Red Rock, I guess. Okay, and then you can bottom deck the pudding. That's fine. Okay. I think now is a good time to do the play we talked about in the profile earlier. We will Hiyori to pick up our bottom life, and then put beige into life, and then I believe we'll just attach all of our Dawn except for what's required for Sanji, and then put beige at the bottom. I think that's what we'll do. So do my top life, put on bottom, and now we can just set it and forget it. Okay, and then we'll play our Sanji. Go ahead. So now he would need to see yet another Red Rock if he wanted to get rid of Katakuri here. And he can pretty easily get rid of either of these, but I don't really care. I feel like he's just gonna set up a gravity blade, but I don't really want to burn the 2K. I'm also like, yeah, I'm okay with not triggering the body. I'd rather just keep the cards in hand at this point. Yeah, for this particular scenario. I'm okay going down to 1 since we have a beige and we already knew the Paris Sparrow was there. And if they gravity blade me, they gravity blade me. Kaido. Okay. Okay, so that's a lot of cards. But we just drew Charlotte Linlin. So I think we'll be okay. And we know the last card's a 2K. Alright, we'll just swing a bunch of 5s into this. Try to remove it. And I'm going to leave the blocker up. Because it's pretty much the same difference, and I just want to remove the attack, honestly. Because more than likely they can remove the Sanji, but they can't really play around beige. 5. Alright, then 8. So we know 1 2K is right here, so yeah, good. Red Rock on Linlin, okay. I did burn several of their cards, so that's okay. They may still go for game. If need be, I can just like snap take a couple times to try and bait them, but it doesn't look like they're gonna go for that. We'll get a pudding. We won't be able to, you know, would have been ideal if it was a 10 cost Charlotte Moonland, but it's alright. We'll 2K. And then I'll just block. Alright. Oh, wow. Top deck of the century, huh? That's how it goes with yellow sometimes. Alright. We'll just go 5 and then 8. And then they will not be able to kill us on the crackback, most likely. Alright, go ahead. They've drawn decently well. I mean, although they haven't seen Jinbei or the 4-cost Weevil from EVO1 that lets you draw a card on play. I think they may just lose here. I don't think there's much they can do. I mean, they could maybe, and it's theoretical, of course, play a rush Usopp, but we have beige, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, our Katakuri goes down. It's fine. And then all they have left is attacking me. Oh, okay, that's pretty good, but unless you play a blocker, I think you're toast, unfortunately. Yeah. We won't complicate things. We'll just attach everything and go like that. Put that on top and you're done. Alright, good game. Huh, very interesting. Perhaps they're not playing the Jinbei. But regardless, we will go into the next game. This time we have Purple Luffy. This should be an interesting matchup. We've been seeing a little bit of this guy more and more, and then with the starter deck, we're going to see a lot of this guy, I think. So we will mulligan, because this is not the best hand. This was worse. Okay, it'd be like that. Pass. Alright, we're just going to go with the attached on and attack angle. Look at my life. That's fine. Searcher wouldn't be too bad. Five at life. Yeah, we'll take. And then they may Trafalgar Law. Wouldn't be the end of the world though. More than likely it's a Magellan. Oh. Okay. Okay. What we'll do here, instead of playing the Charlotte Pudding, which would be good, we're gonna attack. I'll leave that on top, of course. That's fine. We'll get a 2k counter out of their hand. And then we'll play Kikunojo, because they're at 3 or less. Going down to 2. Okay. Now what did they get rid of? Okay. It's fine. Sure. Sure. Oh, excellent. We will discard this. Get rid of that. No more of that. Alright. We'll go. We just need 3 Dawn for Pharaoh, so. Okay. Need to look at my life. Yeah, Sanji seems good. Since we just have a lot of bricks in hand. But luckily we've got these 0 cost events. If we didn't have those, we would just lose. Potentially looking at a Kaido here, which is pretty scary. Yeah, I mean, we'll play into it. I don't think I have much choice. I don't think I'm making it to Charlotte and Linlin, but we do have 2 categories, so I'll just get rid of 1. Go ahead and use 0 cost event. Yep. Okay. That'll go into life, I'm sure. Although if I do a split, I could potentially get him on the crackback. Okay, that's fine. I guess he realized that. Alright, so all we'll do here is Katakuri, So interestingly enough, we could do the law, but we're gonna do the Magellan, and we'll put it at the bottom. And then we'll just do 2 5 swings. I don't mind if either of them get removed. There we go. Either of them, I just have Parasparrow. It's unlikely you can remove Katakuri at the moment. Now, they could potentially have game here, but hopefully we can try to bait them. Okay. Pretty much I am forced to counter here, so we'll do it. And Kaido into Pharaoh. Okay. We'll get another category. Five at me, sure. Oh, Frankie. We'll do that. Sanji. Okay. Need 1 Dawn up. Okay. We'll just go 6,000 into law. Okay. We'll go just go ahead and do this effect. And then we'll do the rest of life. View your top life. We're gonna put that at the bottom. I'd rather you have Magellan. Okay. I think I leave my Katakuris like this, because then he'll just take it out with Kaido. And he doesn't have to block with this, and he would just get access to Rush Kaido. So no, I'm not going to attack. Granted, he would have had to use his effect anyway. Yeah, we'll use Frankie. Alright, so now it comes down to what the last life is. We have to take it, and it's a Sanji blocker. So, if he has a way to KO, great, but if he doesn't, then we probably win. Telling you, Katakuri, king of casino here. Holly. Okay. Yeah, I definitely lose. Well played. So we will say GG. Oh, okay. Let's see what they had. Handful of bricks. Sounds about right. Alright, we'll go on to the next one. This time we're against Zoro, so see how this goes. In this scenario, I think I still want to go second. It's an okay hand, we'll mulligan. Okay, this has a little bit more interaction with what they're trying to do. Because notably, we're looking for S-Snake, Nami. Both of those cards are really good into decks like Zoro. Probably playing the Zero variant, but we'll see. Okay. This is a card I considered for my Zero build, but I wanted to test a few other things. Okay. They can just pass turn now. Okay. Let's see what we want to do here. Believe I can Hiyori and put Nami on top. Go ahead. So, depending on how he sequences things, we'll see. Makino. Okay. That's fine. Attack with Makino for, or excuse me, Nami. I'm not inclined to use the trigger. I will. We'll go to 3. We'll go to 3. Okay. Now we're just gonna try to remove what he has on the board. If you want to use a counter for that, then be my guess. We will just go 5 into the Nami and play Kikunojo. Go ahead. This should be fine. We'll play that Rush Sora that we saw earlier, I'm sure. Or I guess you could go with the 3-cost chopper. 6 at me, we will 2k. 7 at me, we will use our event, discarding Sanji. Yeah, it's a little greedy to keep this, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so yeah, I could go through and just try to attack that, but I want to go life here, so we'll just remove it with Egghead Nami here. So start off by going 6. Likely it'll just take, and then I'll look at my life. Beige on the bottom, perfect. Should probably just take this as well. Alright, and then Egghead Nami, trashing the events, draw a card, go ahead. That feels pretty good. And now Kikunojo is online. That was probably their hesitation there. Okay, let's see what we're in for. Another Zoro. 6 to me. Not inclined to take that one, but I will probably take the next one. Sure. We won't trigger that. Okay. So you guys playing Zero just had, I guess, a slower start. Let's see. So I do want to remove something. So we'll just play Nami again. But let's see. So we'll go 7 at Zoro. You my life. Leave it on top. If he counters out, then I'm just going to attack with the other characters, so I don't really mind either way. Go 5,000 with Nami. And then I'll go 7,000 or more with Kiku. Okay. I mean, sure. Just go 8,000. If you counter out of this, then okay. Alright, we'll play another Nami, pitching another event, getting Hiking Bear pass. And then next turn, making Big Mom. Because they've got a lot of work cut out for them. 7 at me. That's just another Big Mom. Let's see, they could have another Rush character. 7,000. I feel like I should counter out of this one. We'll use the Frankie and the S-Snake. Okay. 7 at me. Take it. Yep, sure enough. Yeah, it's fine. They have 2 cards in hand. Let's see. So there's a couple ways to do this. Let's take a look at their trash. They've used 2 Makinos and a Hiking Bear. That's 3 2Ks. They have 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I could play it safe and just do Katakuri, put Nami in life, but I don't think that's going to get us there. I'm not sure if anything will necessarily get us there, though. I mean, we should have enough swings to remove the bodies. So I think the correct play, as much as I don't particularly like it, is to go Tenlin and then just try to remove the bodies. I think that's correct. It should only have like 1 or 2 counters in hand, so. Okay. Man, I'll spend every swing to remove that, so. Not giving him any more cards, more chance at rush. You know, we don't want that. Stop. $12,000 into Nami. Okay. Alright. Well, I would say we probably win this game. Let's do another Lim. Okay. And now it's just we're fine to attack. Chances are they don't have enough. Okay. We won that one handily. That's nice. They want a rematch. I do like the best of 3 format, but I don't want to extend the length of the video, so we will decline. This time we have Bonney. You will go second. Let's see. This hand's fine, but I'm gonna go for a little something perhaps more interactive. Okay. I think the Hiyori's fine here. We'll use the card to take our top life. We'll put, what do we want to put in life? I guess we put the beige. We might have to counter out the first attack that the Bonney makes though. Okay, Bonney searches another Bonney. Oh, actually, they may just go 6,000. Oh no, they'll just go 5, so that's an easy counter with that stake. But if they do decide to go 6, then yeah, we'll just take it. Alright, 5 at me, counter. Okay. Alright. We'll only be able to remove one of these, and that's okay. Actually, that's tricky. Because I could just put... You know what? That's fine. We'll remove both. I don't want them searching any more cards. And we want to set up that beige. It's like a little bit of an unconventional play there. Yeah, I could have just cast the Kiku Nojo, but for one, they're not at 3 life. 2, it's not like super impactful, so. Another beige, okay, that's funny. Alright, so 6. This is actually ideal because we'll S-snake the Cavendish and we're just going to beat in for 7, see what our top life is. That sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, we'll keep that on top for sure. That's fine. Resting that is no big deal. So now, effectively, their Cavendish does nothing for a turn. That hopefully will mess up whatever they were planning to play out. Because now they can only play... I believe they searched a Basil Hawkins, the 7-drop earlier. Or 6-drop, I should say. But now they would only be able to play Basil and leave 1 Don open for leader effects. Rather than being able to play, let's say, like a Baby 5 searcher or a Jory Bonney searcher. So, we'll counter out with, well, let's see. Yeah, we'll just counter this for 1. It's fine. In this matchup, we are a little bit scared of Zoro. Okay. I don't really want to expose anything to Basil Hawkins, so we'll just continue to play it slow, and we'll put Cavendish to the bottom. Go ahead. Because we'll just take the next attack and get another Big Mom, and hopefully we'll just chain Big Moms, and you know, that's can be kind of hard for any deck to deal with. Excuse me. Alright, so 9 Don. Cody Jones. Okay. I will definitely protect Katakuri. I will not protect Snake. I mean, you can go 9,000 in the Kata. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm not gonna drop 3,000 on that. Excuse me. Really? Swing with the Hawkins. Okay. Yeah, we'll play this out. Okay. We will go just 8 to 7. Force a 2K. Okay. 5 to life, which they will likely take. No, they do not. Okay. Gain a life, trash a life. Get rid of a Cavendish, that's good. I'm glad they didn't take. But they are set up for a pretty good 10 drop Doflamingo if they wanted to. Not the most impactful thing, but it would do a little something. But they don't know I have a second Charlotte Lens, so. And, you know, if we see a third one, yeah, it's pretty hard for them to get out of. We'll just counter. Not exactly sure what his angle is here. That's pretty good. Zoro. That's the angle. Okay. Well, we're just gonna keep kind of dirtling along here. Let's think about this. So, go. I need to go 12,000 first. Yeah. I should have waited to play this, because now the Bonney can rest that too. It's fine though. Either they have enough counter. Okay, they just let it go. Sure. Yeah, I'll pass. I shouldn't die to a Zoro. Even if they have a Hody. Shouldn't die. Because of the beige that we set up earlier. Like, there's just a lot of triggers that make it so we do not die in this matchup. We go 9 again. Let's see. We'll take this one as well, but we're not going to take any more after that. Might just stack a bunch of Dawn on Zoro or Hawkins. So that's enough for a Hody. It's only 8,000 though, so honestly, unless there's something I'm just missing here, we'll excuse me. Let's see. Let's count it out and make sure we have enough. So Hody's an 8,000. That's 2 2Ks. Basil Hawkins is 7,000. So that would be another 8. Yeah, we've got enough for that. So we'll just beige the leader. Kind of force them to go in here or to play the Hody. I suppose I didn't calculate that very well, but we should still have enough counter in hand. And if you go all in, I mean, it's likely they lose. I mean, it's 12,000 swings and 8,000 as well. Like, yeah, I guess I understand this line, and honestly, I didn't factor this very well, but it's okay. 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Now they just lose, I believe. We recovered regardless. Oh, that's really funny. We can go like 12. Probably take it. Okay. Then we'll get rid of that life. 5. 5. 8. Okay. And we'll GG. Again, any amount of Big Mom that's 2 or more, you're probably winning that game. So we'll go on to one last example game. We're here with green, yellow, Yamato. Not necessarily the most common, but it's still a good deck. So they chose to go first. We have a double pudding opening, so I'm pretty sure we just have to keep that. Alright, Otama. Okay, so this may play similarly to Corona with the Wano package, but they whiff. That is not good for them. Alright, we'll play pudding. We'll get Sanji, and then we'll play another pudding. Get 10 drop. Pass. Now they could just, yeah, that's expected. And honestly, I don't think we care that much. It's fine. Okay. I think we'll just 5 to life and play Sanji blocker. And then next turn, we'll either Nami or S Snake and leader effects. So, gives us some options. Alright. Sanji, go ahead. I guess they could have a Nami of their own. Trying to think of what else they could play on 5. We'll just counter. Definitely don't want to take another double hit. Okay, Kikunojo, it's fine. I think going S Snake will be better, so we'll look at our life. Sure. Kikunojo would be pretty good. They may just have to take this because that's 2 cards out of hand and they don't necessarily have the biggest hand right now. Okay, so they're playing a yellow-green Wano package. That's pretty cool. I like that. Alright, and then we'll just do the S Snake and pass. So this will help us get to our Katakuri and Tenlin. Okay, that's a card I haven't seen since pre-release for OP06. That's interesting. We'll just counter out with the Sanji in our hand. Another Momonosuke. Are you looking for You Can Be My Samurai? It's possible. Hiyori, 2K counter, and Kawamatsu. Okay. Here we're just gonna get rid of the Momos. There are a few different things I could do here. I think curving out with the Katakuri is like always correct though. So we'll go 6,000 and then 5,000 with leader, Katakuri, and then I could put S Snake into my life. And I think that is probably correct. So, go ahead. Oh, I should have attacked the Katakuri. That's a misstep, but it's okay. We also don't want to potentially trigger out a Kikunojo or anything like that, or the Nekomamushi. Okay. They're playing this. They could be playing the Super Rare from set 1, or they could be playing Ryuma. Either would be valid, but neither of them do anything in this scenario. Okay. I mean, it's probably just some amount of attacking into life here. I do have a Sanji and S Snake though, so makes it kind of tricky. I'll definitely take the first one from Kawamatsu here. Return up to one of your. Okay, I see. We'll definitely take this and then use it on the Kikunojo. So that way they can't as efficiently use leader effects. That was a very interesting use of Kawamatsu though. They discarded You Can Be My Samurai and a 0 cost event. Okay. We'll block you every time. Alright. Now I believe we want to remove characters that are on board. So you didn't find anything for Kiori, unfortunate for them. We'll try to be greedy and go 5 here. Okay, paid off. So we don't want them to have the Otama. We will 10 costs and then attack for 8. And if they trigger something out, so be it. We're also playing yellow. I get it. Okay, let's just hope that they don't see an Onami, because if they Onami, attach Aldan, attack face, I mean, yes, they're not developing the board, and I have 2 gigantic threats, but it wouldn't feel good. That's funny. I'm not at 3 anymore, so this is actually not online anymore. I'm gonna go, what, 11? Okay. I mean, we'll just do that and 2k. Does that do you want to go for game next turn? Okay, you put that to the top of your life. It won't trigger out though. We will do this, discarding Kiku. Okay, and now I'm fairly certain it's just game, but well, I guess I could attack with a pudding. Sure, we'll attack with one of our puddings. Put a little bit more pressure on him. Very interesting deck list. I do like it. Okay, so now we'll just attack. View my top life. It's a beige, put at the bottom. And then it'll just be another 8,000 and then 12. So we'll just put them to 0. Actually, I don't want to give them the card, and we have another Winland, so we won't give it to them. Yeah, we're sitting pretty good here. I don't think there's any avenue they can take where they win here. Hey, they could play a 10 cost Doflamingo, but you're gonna freeze a pudding, a category leader, and you still have a 5 and 12k body. They don't know we have the other Winland, so perhaps it'll seem like a decent play, but Even then, I can put Dawn onto the pudding and attack for 7. So we'll see what they do, but I'm pretty sure this is unwinnable for them. 6,000. Yeah, we'll take Hiko Nojo and Pero. Let's do that. Okay. So, deck wrap up time. Uh, this deck was pretty fun. It was a nice proof of concept. Um, I don't think it's necessarily tier 1, but we snuck some wins in. We played the casino right. Getting all those triggers. I had a pretty good time. I like this list more than I thought I would, and it already seemed like a fun list. So, um, big takeaways are, you know, playing bodies for essentially free is always good. Frankie was pretty good. I would maybe consider bumping that up, but I mean, that only occurs if you're low on life, so that's kind of why it's at 2. Hiyori is a more prevalent effect throughout most of the game, as well as Beige. I mean, that's just a game winning card. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with most of my ratios here. I mean, it's a pretty consistent deck. You can brick, but you have triggers that can get you out of the pinch. I mean, pretty much a majority of the deck is triggers, except for your 2 big cards and Pudding and Hiyori. Everything else has a trigger, so pretty fun list. This is a nice shell if you want to do some testing for yourself, or if you just want to copy it 1 for 1 and take it for a spin. I would recommend it. It's pretty fun. But other than that, you guys let me know how you liked everything. If you liked the video, like it. Subscribe as well if you're interested in One Piece content. And then comment if there is anything you would change, or again, you want to say that you like that particular thing, or if you like this deck, then I'm welcome to hear it and welcome criticism. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you around next time.